Hello, everyone. My name is Maria. I'm the marketing trainer here in Adelaide at KCBT College. And today we're going to talk about 6 reasons why you should study social media marketing here in Australia. So thanks for joining us. As I said, I'm here in Adelaide. I'm happy to hear from you where you are. So send here in the comments which city, which country you are, because I'm really curious to know. And at the end of this session, we are going to have a Q&A. So if you have any questions during the presentation, just send here and I will be happy to respond to you. Okay, so let's move on with the presentation. Just come back here. So sorry guys, let me just come back with my presentation here. Something happened. Sorry, back again to the presentation. I'm struggling here a little bit with Microsoft Teams. So just to give you a little bit of context about my experience, I am from Brazil. I have over 14 years of experience planning and implementing social media strategies for big brands like Google, Nike, Greenpeace, Twitter. And I'm really excited about it. And I love to do that, and I'm always really happy to share this experience with my students. I've got a bachelor degree in advertising and marketing in Brazil. I also have a master's degree in psychology of creativity, which I did in Spain. And it was really good fun. And with all this experience, I'm fluent in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I'm just saying that because we have many Latin students here at the college, and it's always super nice to talk a little, to chat in Spanish and Portuguese as well. So if you were from one of those countries, you are going to probably have the chance to do it as well if you join us in this course. So to get started, focusing on those reasons. So the first reason I would like to talk to you about is about the digital transformation that is going on after COVID. So as you know, after the pandemic, many companies were forced to move to digital. So even small businesses that didn't have like big budgets or didn't have the opportunity to develop their digital side, now they were forced to sell their products on Instagram or close deals using WhatsApp, using Messenger, because people were not allowed to go to the stores, not allowed to go to offices. So that's why many companies were forced to move to the digital era. So just to give you a little bit of idea on that, this survey from McKinsey, they say that the many companies, they transformed their businesses, they went through the digital transformation and accelerate their digital transformation by 3 to 4 years in the last year. So it is a big move. It's interesting to see how this is, how the market is responding to that. And of course, if digital is being so important for those brands, of course, they're going to provide more budget to increase teams, increase departments, and with that, digital is going to be more relevant inside those companies. So many opportunities from that. If you are a freelancer, you can offer, people will tend to hire professionals to execute their social media marketing. If you want to work in-house, companies are growing their teams and you're probably going to find more opportunities. We are going to talk a little bit more about this later, but I'm going to show how big, how much this market is growing here in Australia. But yeah, big opportunities here and we have to make the most of it. Second reason, reach a large audience with small budget. And I would say with even zero budget if you want. So here is a quote from Guy Kawasaki. He's the chief evangelist of Canva. And if you don't know, Canva is an Australian company, and I'm totally passionate about the product. And what he says is that social media has the power to buy eyeballs and ears at the same time with a very low budget. So it's super cost effective. You can do that organically, like at zero cost, or you can implement a paid media strategy. And but at the end of the day, you have like a very cost-effective way to communicate, to advertise, and to position your brand. So just to give you some stats here, in 2020, over 3.6 billion people were using social media worldwide. So this is projected to increase to almost 4.41 billion in 2025. Sorry. So in less than 4 years. So it's huge. Last month, in January 2021, Australia had 20.5 million social media users. So this means a penetration of 80% of the population. So this is huge. There's heaps of opportunities here. Again, a little bit of more numbers here. So 98% of Australian internet users aged from 16 to 64 still use a conventional search engine. Over 1 in 3 users turn to social media to gather information about brands they are considering. So this is super powerful. You can really build a strategy using basically organic media and reach heaps of people with that. Or if you want to implement a paid media strategy, you can do that with a very small budget compared to other kinds of advertising, for example, newspapers, TV, and traditional media. So again, heaps of opportunities here, and especially for small businesses, this is a huge thing. So this leads us to the third opportunity, which is build communities and target niche audiences. So by that, I mean the opportunity to set filters to reach targeted audiences in a very niched way. So you can narrow down your target audience, so you can filter in this course I'm teaching, which is the Diploma of Social Media Marketing. We learned the 3 stages of the marketing funnel. So you can have as many stages as you want, but we use a very basic structure of the funnel to start with, which is awareness, consideration, and decision. And I'm saying that because with social media advertising, you have many opportunities there to understand this journey and be very accurate in the way you are going to target your audience. So you can understand this funnel in a very deep way, and you can start targeting your audience. You can segment it in many different ways. For example, you can do it by using demographic stats. So, for example, you can use the region where these people are, the age they have, the interests they have, or even you can use your own database and create a lookalike audience, for example, and expand that to the market. So there are many ways to do that, but the key idea here is that you can have very significant ROI. So, and I'm saying that because as you can be very specific on your targeting, you can make sure that these people will be reached by your brand when they're really prepared to do so. So we learn how to do that during the course, and this is really meaningful if you have your own business, if you're doing that for other brands as a freelancer, or if you're working in a company. In all those opportunities, you can use those strategies and create really targeted audiences. And the second one is to finally build community. So social media is social at the end of the day. So people are there to have fun, to chat, to interact, and to build this sense of community, just as we have in our real lives. So brands that really understand how to do that, they can start developing a meaningful relationship with clients and prospective clients, and use these communities in a very positive way. So 83% of consumers say that they either completely or somewhat trust recommendations from family, colleagues, and friends about products and services. So, of course, we tend to value much more a brand if we hear people talking about it instead of the brand itself sending this message, right? We trust to tend people more than brands, and that's the beauty of building communities. So if you learn how to do that, you can have a very powerful strategy to be implemented, and it really works. So either creating Facebook groups, for example, or either participating in groups that already exist, talking to these people, like building this sense of community, it's going to be really helpful for your brand in order to be seen as trustworthy. Okay, so for a reason now is that small and medium businesses, companies are looking for social media generalists. So the reason why I decided to bring this topic is that, to be honest, my feeling comparing the Australian market with the Latin American market, the American or even the European market, I feel that Australia has a lot to grow, a lot to mature in the sense of going digital. And that's a huge opportunity for us. So talking specifically about the market here in Adelaide, it is a quite small market, heaps of opportunities, but is still a small market, is growing, is like many huge companies like Amazon just announced that they're coming to Adelaide. But at the same time, it's a market that is still growing. So I'm just saying that because today in Australia, businesses that have less than 20 employees employ 2.3 million people, and they are 98% of Australian businesses. So small businesses, they can't have a huge marketing department, right? It's usually like one people that take care of all tasks. So I'm not sure if you had the opportunity to look at the opportunities, at the job positions being announced in the market. But basically, they are looking for someone that knows how to do public relations, advertising, what else? Content creation, and of course that lead generation, and of course that social media marketing is part of this marketing package, right? So it's one more skill that you have to have, and I'm saying that because as a small market, it's really hard to find specific positions. So I was talking before about advertising, and of course that we have agencies here specialized in social media advertising. Of course, there is opportunities for people to specialize in different areas. If you just want to do design, that's fine. If you just want to be a video editor, that's totally fine as well. But I'm just saying that the market is more open for people that, for professionals that can have more skills and be more generalistic, sorry. So that's it. So I'm saying that based on my own experience. So it took me 6 months to get my first opportunity here in Adelaide. It seems to be a lot of time, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Like everyone has its own journey. It's hard to say an average time to get an opportunity, but I think that the fact that I have this holistic approach to marketing make things easier to me. So that's in the numbers here. So just have this in mind if you're considering to find your first opportunity here. Again, that's I just saw this stats this week and I got really surprised by that. So there is a growing skills shortage in Australia for social media and digital marketing jobs, with 25,000 jobs currently being advertised in the Australian job boards. So that's heaps of opportunity there. Of course, there are markets that are more prepared for these positions, but especially here in Adelaide, I think many people are looking for that, and sometimes it's really hard to find those kind of professionals that really knows how to do a little bit of everything and be very hands-on, but at the same time understand how to develop a strategy, how to implement, how to measure it. So that's what we learned at this course, and I think it's really helpful for many people. And that's just some more numbers here. So this leads us to the fifth reason. So create and promote your personal branding. So just talking about how the market is and how many opportunities we have. Of course, that there's a lot of competition as well. So if you're an international student, you know that it's always hard to be to compete for the same position with an Australian professional. But at the same time, I think that we have many other, I think coming from abroad, makes us to develop different skills, and we have to highlight that on our interviews, on our cover letters and CVs, because I think we develop skills that people that never traveled, never had the chance to move to another place actually have. So that's how we can promote our personal branding. So personal branding specifically is one of the units we have at this course, because we know how important it is for students to develop it and to position themselves in the market. So we tend to really focus on that. So the idea here is to show your potential to your employers, and build your own brand to be sold and promoted in the market. So one of the concepts we saw during classes is the e-traction method. So is that idea that you can understand who you are as a professional, build this image, build your CV, build your positioning, and then leverage that on social media. So that's the whole idea, and I really love this name, because the idea here is that you can, the e-traction method means that instead of going to the opportunities, like doing the outreach, you are actually going to attract opportunities. And that's really true. So I know many professionals here, friends, myself included, that really struggled to get their first opportunity in the market. But once they did that, they did such a good job with their personal branding, and they, they could make really good connections and position themselves using LinkedIn and going to meetups and meeting people, that now they don't need to apply for jobs or, go for opportunities and apply as any other competitor. They are already attracting opportunities to them and being invited to job opportunities. So that's really nice. That's something that it's really powerful. So I really invite you to deep dive into that, because professionals, like the industry, tend to value a lot LinkedIn, and here in Australia, and I think it is a very powerful tool to be used to build your personal branding. So we learn how to do that in our course, and I'm going to explain a little bit later how this works. And the last one is the flexibility to work remotely. So I know that maybe this doesn't sound so attractive anymore after COVID, because everyone now have the opportunity to be more flexible. But I would add an extra layer here, because this profession allows you to create, to expand your opportunities in different ways. So an example of that is that you can be a freelancer, you can have your own business and use social media to promote it. You can work for a big company, you can work for an agency. So there's heaps of opportunities here that you can explore, and pretty much all of them, they allow you to have this flexibility. especially if you work as a freelancer and you have some clients or you work by projects. And if you're an international student, you're probably super keen to travel around Australia. And to be honest, I think we're super, super lucky to be able to do it here now that we are COVID-free. So I think I really value this possibility, and I know many people that are doing that and being really successful in managing their clients, managing their projects remotely, and having a very nice work-life balance. So there is some stats here as well. So the estimation is that 25 to 30% of the workforce will be working from home multiple days of the week by 2021. So again, I know that this is linked to our first reason, which is COVID and the impact of that. But I think working with social media especially gives you some more possibilities than the other professions in this sense. So just to recap here, and again, guys, feel free to send your questions in the Q&A box here. So we just saw the 6 reasons why you should study social media marketing here in Australia. So the first one is the acceleration in the digital transformation for many companies, either big companies and small businesses as well. So everyone is dealing with that, and digital is becoming super, super important. Businesses are destinating more budgets to that, increasing their departments. And with that, if you know social media, you are going to find heaps of opportunities. The second one is small and medium-sized companies are looking for social media generalists. So again, the more you know, the better. So if you know a little bit of design, if you know a little bit of PR strategy, how to implement the plan, how to a little bit of analytics as well. So all those skills are going to make you a very complete professional. And with that, you're going to be able to find more opportunities, as the companies are quite small here in Australia. They can't absorb like big departments. So if you are one of those journalists, you are able to definitely start a department or find more opportunities in small to medium companies. Third one is reach a large audience with a small budget. So, and again, I would say even with zero budget. So you can implement your social media marketing strategy by just using organic and spending zero money on that, and still having a good reach, still building your community, still building your branding. So just don't be limited by your budget. That's the key message here. You can explore different possibilities and even think of content partnerships, work with influencers. So there are many opportunities that you can explore, and you can do it at zero cost or very small budget. Fourth one is build communities and target niche audiences. So just following the idea of building audiences, you can create here very niched audiences. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those big networks, they allow you to create very niche audiences. So, and by that, I mean creating groups of people that you know that could be interested in your product. So you can filter these people by where they are. So if you have a physical, like a store, you can just target people around you, right? But if you are more interested in their age, their behavior, you can also do that. You can use your own database and create a lookalike audience to reach more people outside your community. So social media allows you to create very, very niche audiences, and that's really powerful to your business, especially because you can segment that and focus on each stage of the funnel. So just a quick recap here. So we have three main stages: awareness, consideration, and decision. So if you know how to do that, you won't be offering a discount to someone that still don't know your brand. I'm not sure if I'm being clear here, but that's the whole idea. It's talking to the people at the right time. So identifying their needs and start the conversation when they are really prepared for that. So you not spend your money on people that are not interested. Okay, build communities as well. So social media, it's about people, it's about replicating on digital a behavior that we have face to face. So it's really important to build your community, to engage with people, to do a very good community management, because this is going to make your brand be really powerful, be trustworthy, and have a very good positioning. Fifth one, flexibility and work remotely. So as I said, that's being now very common after COVID, but because this profession allows you to work in different formats. So you can be a freelancer, you can work for an agency, you can have your own business. So if you have an e-commerce, you can work from anywhere, right? So unfortunately, we can't leave Australia at the moment, but it's a very good opportunity to travel inside Australia, and so you can easily do that by working remotely. And sixth one is create and promote your personal branding. So as I said, guys, I know it's really hard to find the first opportunity, but that's the only challenge. Once you got your first opportunity, you're going to see that things are going to become really easy. Good professionals are always contacted. So especially in small markets like Adelaide, everyone knows each other. So if you know how to manage your personal branding, how to promote your brand on LinkedIn, how to position yourself to the market, go to meetups, talk to people, and start building your network, you're definitely going to find many opportunities here. Okay, so a little bit of the benefits of social media just to finalize. So with social media, you can reach your audience, you can pinpoint your target market, as I mentioned before. You can measure results and increase ROI, engage your audience by building this sense of community, as I was saying before as well. Increase brand awareness, drive traffic to your website, and focus on conversion if that's your intention. Of course, any brand has the intention to sell more. Establish industry authority, lift conversion rates, improve customer service. So this is really, really important. So sometimes brands tend to focus so much on selling and, like advancing leads in the funnel that they forget their customer service. And social media is definitely one of the best places to do it. It's easy. We have chatbots now facilitating this process for brands. So yeah, definitely a good benefit. boost search engine rankings as well, increase brand loyalty, and collect reviews and customer insights. Okay. So here, just a quick overview on how we navigate through the content of this course. So, as I said, I am the trainer of the Diploma of Social Media Marketing. And what we do at this course is it's such a good fun because it's a very practical course, and what students do at the first days when they jump in is to basically define the brand that they are going to work for 52 weeks. So it's a very interesting process, and I'm always really excited about guiding students in this journey, because some of them, they choose their own brand, they create a brand, they use a brand that they already have, or they use a friend's brand, they use the brand that sometimes they are working at, or what else? There are heaps of opportunities here. And the idea is that once you define what this brand is, you are going to start building a portfolio. So every unit, we have some assessments. Of course, it's the way that we are going to assess students, but it's not just that. It's the opportunity for the students to put their learnings into practice. And that's really good fun. And I'm just showing here some icons, which are the softwares that we use to execute that. So just starting here, we start with the content strategy. So students learn how to do it and how to create content. So how to brainstorm that, how to not only like post for the sake of posting, post to actually have some presence on social media. Now, the idea is to really focus on strategy. So why are you posting there? Which channels are you going to choose and why? What are the contents you are going to talk about? How do you want to be seen by the market? What's your main intention with social media? So we start shaping this strategy, and then we go to content creation. So we use different softwares to do that. For example, Canva. We have a classroom on Canva where students have access to the premium features, and they can create their layouts, their videos, all the posts. So it's really handy, and I love Canva. All my students know that. We also use Splash. We have heaps of tools here that we can use to develop this content. And after that, we start analyzing what are the channels we are going to distribute this content. So we have paid channels, so the opportunity to invest some money on that. We have own channels, so your own pages, and earned channels, so partners and other channels that you can work with to have your brand there. Okay, and after that, we are going to learn how to engage users and how to generate web traffic. So when we deep dive into networks, we study the first block of networks is focused on mainstream ones. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And the second block is the niche networks. So Snapchat, Pinterest, WeChat, Messenger, and WhatsApp. And the last unit is about personal branding, as I said. So it's pretty much focused on LinkedIn and how to leverage your personal branding in a very, very strategic way there. Okay, and when we finish that, when we finally, the last unit is about email marketing and social media conversion. So here is the core of marketing, is usually the final stage where marketing is putting the effort, right? So here we understand how to navigate people, users, customers from social media to the conversion. So to becoming, from being someone that is browsing social media to becoming your customer. So we learn how to do this journey in a proper way, in the more effective way. And with that, we use different softwares as well. So we use MailChimp to create your landing pages, for example. We also use HubSpot, and with that, students learn how to always manage their database, how to send nurturing emails, and prepare their leads to eventually buy the product. So it's very comprehensive, it's very hands-on, and I'm super proud of the work that my students are doing so far. I myself did this course before as well, and it was super useful. So if you're interested, if you have your own brand, if you want to work as a freelancer, if you want to work in a big company, in a small company, in the marketing department, this is definitely going to be pretty useful for you. Okay, and it's good fun. We learn from each other. We always doing some creative projects as well. So it's 52 weeks of really good fun and lots of learnings. So let's go to the Q&A, and let me check if I can find here some of the questions that you sent to me. So guys, if you want to send any question here, just ping. And I will be happy to respond to you. Okay, so just let me know if you have any questions about the market here in Adelaide, if you have any questions about the course itself. So as I said, I have been in Australia for 2.5 years. I've been through many interview processes. I worked for agencies. I worked as a freelancer. I'm working for like other companies at the moment. So, you know, I have heaps of experience to share and to guide you through. So what I really would like to highlight here is, again, the hardest job is to find your first opportunity. So once you got it, you are going to see that it's super easier to find the second, the third, and I'm saying that based on my own experience, based on my friends' experience, so and other people that I know in the market. So what I really recommend you doing is connecting with people. So that's key here in Australia. People tend to recommend people. If like, just, you know, like, ask people to have a coffee, go to meetups, go to events. Don't be shy for your accent. You know, I have heaps of accents. My English is not perfect, but that's, you know, that's nothing. Once you are confident enough to show how much you know, to, you know, like, show your how much you can do for the company, you are going to say that you're going to see that the language and the cultural barriers are nothing compared to all the opportunities you can have here. So that's my message to you. That's the message I always say to my students, and I'm always happy to help you if I can. Feel free to reach out. And I also would like to finish this presentation leaving our contacts here. So if you want to learn more and know any information about this course, feel free to contact Paulo. He's also from Brazil. He's of Brazilians here. And he is the marketing manager. He knows everything about the course. So intakes, prices and all this stuff. Feel free to reach out and learn more about. And feel free to also follow us on socials, so Instagram, Facebook. We are always posting good content there. And that's all. Thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you again in our next masterclass. Bye.